decided I want to finally address this issue. I know so many people will tell me, oh, you don't need to be understood, you don't need to explain yourself, you don't need to give your side of the story, blah 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 blah, because so many people know how to advise when they're not in that situation, they're not in that shoe, they don't know how it feels. But we forget that all of us, we're gonna always deal with different issues differently. Hata mtu akikufiwa, we always don't mourn the same way. So if me talking about this and addressing this is gonna make me feel better, then just let me be. As in, I do not understand how I'm being called a homewrecker. How can I be a homewrecker to a home that was already broken? How did I break a home that was already broken? Yami Mami Joanne Murugi was already gallivanting her vagina right, left, and center with different men. He was cheating on Zack with Kevin Twisser. Her former boss was Port Pesa. Before even Zack cheated on her with me, she was already doing it. She was already cheating. It does not justify that I cheated. It was wrong. What I did was totally wrong. It was disrespectful. Regardless that, like, my husband was also already cheating on me, it does not justify all that. It does not make me a better person. If you have been a follower for a long time, you all know me, how honest I like to be. I will always be honest, no matter how painful, no matter how hard, no matter how embarrassing. And this year I have been subjected to so many things, to so many dramas, to so many, that left me looking bad. On top of that, I have let so much anger, so much bitterness consume me. It has consumed me emotionally, physically, mentally. That is so draining. Kila kitu ilianzia last year January. By the way, it did not start this year. It only came to the limelight this year January. But I have been battling with this from last year January, after my friend took screenshots and akatumia Murugi, akatumia Edgar Obare. She was also sending to her friends. The friends were creating pseudo accounts. They were sending me those screenshots and they were threatening. Wakiniambia they're going to be sending to bloggers. Waniambia nitume pesa. But I told them to go ahead and send the screenshots, because I wasn't going to send any money to anyone, because utashinanga ukituma pesa hivyo hivyo, it is never going to be enough. Every time wanakuthreaten unatuma hivyo. So do I have the money to keep bribing so that story is not out there? Anyway, so come January, nakumbuka nilikuanga niko salon. So nikiwa kwa salon, my husband sent me a screenshot and a message akiniambia, hey, how come Yami Mami is requesting to follow me? So niko kwa salon, nikaonanga hiyo screenshot amenitumia, and then the text was like, hey, how come Yami Mami ananitumia friend request on Instagram? So alikuwa ananiuliza hivyo because alikuwa anajua. Let me be honest with you, I used to be a follower of Murugi. When there's a time I tagged Murugi, Terence na Natalie, because there's a time I used to follow them religiously. So there's a time I made a post nikasema my favorite people yeah, I said my favorite people on Instagram is Terence, Murugi Munyi, Natalie Tewa. Ile time alikuwa na date that tall guy, I can't remember, the tall handsome guy. So yeah, I was a follower of Nanina. My husband used to know that, so kashanga. So he was wondering how come Yami Mami anamtumia friend request. It was strange, it was weird. So when I saw the screenshot, and me already nilikuwa ninajua, so nikajua tu like anamtumia your friend request kwa sababu ashafikiwa na hizi screenshots, na obviously sasa ameenda akanitafuta, akanipata na akapata handle ya bwana yangu, and now he wants to. Nilikuwa nishajua, so I started panicking. Nikapatwa na instant diarrhea. I remember going to a public toilet in town, CBD, na kwanza ni ya kusquat. Guy, sinilihara. Guy, sijai hara. Mpaka nikisimama nilikuwa nasikia tule tushilingi mtu sikie hivi. I knew what's about to go down. So any minute I was just expecting tena na tuma screenshots zingine. So this year has been hard. It has been painful. As much as sometimes that like I look like I'm doing just okay, but the number of times I have cried myself to bed, I cannot even count. But I know one day it's gonna be fine. So that trust did that and I'm believing that it's gonna be fine. Going through separation with someone I have been married to for 10 years has not been easy. On top of that, the bitterness and the anger that I let it consume me, drained me emotionally, mentally, almost physically, has been killing me. And on top of that, having to go through all the trolls, all the insults online by people who understand nothing about this whole story. Because you know what happened? YouTubers and bloggers, when they did this cheating story, you know, like when Edgar Obare did the story and he reached out and asked for my side of the story, he posted it on a channel that is paid for. So if you have not paid for that, most people are not able to access the story. And people who now, like from the other bloggers and YouTuber, were stealing the story from Edgar, and then wakienda kuipost wanaiweka na headlines kama like Yummy Mommy's husband cheats on her with Nurse Judy, ingine msijui unapata wameweka Nurse Judy assaulted over cheating with Yummy Mommy. You know, like headlines ilikuwa zina cover in a way that Mimi na Zack cheat. It wasn't, there's nowhere that covered how Yummy Mommy cheated and how my husband cheated. So every time